Hello, dear Sapphires. It's been a minute since I have shared a wee podcast with you all. So today I would like to talk about how stray cats and the human condition have much in common. I want to go deeper into something that sits at the heart of everything I do. Because when you really look, we are not as different from animals as we like to believe. The core question is, what separates humans from animals? Is it intelligence, emotion, choice, or is it something else entirely? Because when we observe closely, we begin to see something fascinating. Animals and humans are driven by many of the same psychological forces. The difference is how we manage them. Let's look at the psychology of animals and begin with the cats, since cats are my thing. A stray cat's life is built on a few core principles: survival, awareness, hierarchy, and boundaries. Nothing is wasted and nothing is random. Every movement, every reaction serves a purpose. Animals operate primarily through instinct. This means no overthinking, no second guessing, and no internal conflict. If a cat feels threatened, it reacts. If it feels safe, it relaxes. There is a clarity of response, mainly with boundaries. Animals are masters of boundaries. A hiss means stop. A retreat means not now. A stare means I see you. There is no confusion, and most importantly, those boundaries are respected within the animal world. Now, this is where hierarchy gets really interesting. In a cat colony, there is structure. There are leaders, followers, and cats that have specific roles. This hierarchy isn't about ego. It's about order, survival, and stability. When hierarchy is respected, conflict is reduced, resources are managed, and the group functions smoothly. So now let's look at ourselves. Humans have all the same foundations. We have survival instinct, emotional responses, a need for belonging, and an awareness of hierarchy. But we also have something extra. We have a highly complex thinking mind. The thinking layer, unlike animals, humans analyse, interpret, replay, and imagine, which means we don't just experience reality, we create stories about reality. So this is where it gets complicated for us. This thinking layer creates self-doubt, overreaction, misinterpretation, and emotional spirals. Where a cat might hiss and move on, a human might replay the situation for hours, days, or even years. So let's look at blurred boundaries. Humans often struggle with boundaries. We say yes when we mean no. We tolerate what we shouldn't. We ignore our instincts and then wonder why we feel overwhelmed, disrespected, and emotionally drained. And now let's look at resistance to hierarchy. Now here's a big one. Humans have a complicated relationship with hierarchy. We often associate it with control, unfairness, and ego. so we resist it. But in doing so, sometimes we lose structure. So what are the key differences? Let's gently bring this together. Animals act on instinct, they respect boundaries, they accept hierarchy, and they live in the present. Humans, we think beyond instinct, we blur boundaries, we question hierarchy, and we live in the past and the future. So let's look at what humans can learn from animals. This is where the real wisdom lies, not in becoming animals, but in remembering what they never forgot. Clear boundaries. Animals don't apologise for protecting their space. Humans can learn it's okay to say no. It's okay to step back. And it's okay to protect your energy. Hierarchy, when healthy, is not about domination. It's about clarity, responsibility, and balance. Without structure, chaos can creep in. And there's emotional efficiency. Animals feel fully, but briefly. Humans feel partially, but for far too long. There's a lesson in processing, releasing, and moving forward. Animals live in the now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, just now. And in that, there is the elusive peace we all seem to seek. I think that the balanced truth isn't about saying animals are better than humans, because humans have gifts animals don't, like reflection, creativity, and conscious choice. But those gifts come with responsibility. Human opportunity being that we have the ability to combine instinct with awareness, combine structure with compassion, and combine emotion with understanding. To not just survive, but to evolve. Looking at the deeper perspective, when I watch the cats, I don't just see animals. I see raw truth, unfiltered behaviour, and honest communication. And when I look at humans, I see the same instincts wrapped in layers. Layers of thought, experience, and conditioning. So perhaps the question isn't what makes us different from animals, but rather what have we forgotten that they still remember? Because at the end of the day, whether it's a cat on the street or a human navigating life, we are all seeking safety, seeking balance, and seeking a place where we can just simply exist. So, my dear sapphires, I welcome you to stay for the cats, stay for the philosophy, and maybe take a moment to observe the quiet wisdom of the animal world. Because in their simplicity, there is something profoundly intelligent. Until next time, have a fab rest of your Easter holiday. Lots of love, and bye for now.